The Australian sun beat down relentlessly, casting a harsh, unyielding light over the parched land. Dust devils danced across the dry landscape, swirling and twirling in a chaotic ballet of wind and dust. It was a land of harsh beauty, and even harsher realities where survival was a daily struggle against the elements. Life on an Australian farm was hard yakka, especially for the hardy souls battling drought and economic depression. The relentless sun and lack of rain made farming a grueling endeavor. But in 1932, a new adversary emerged from the outback, the emu. These large, flightless birds became an unexpected and formidable foe. These weren't your average farm pests. Emus were resilient and resourceful, capable of surviving in the harshest conditions. Emus, flightless birds standing taller than a man, descended upon the wheat fields in their thousands. Their sheer numbers were overwhelming. With their powerful legs and insatiable appetites, they gobbled up crops and trampled what remained. The damage they caused was devastating. The farmers watched in dismay as their livelihoods were devoured by the feathered fiends. Their hard work and hopes for a bountiful harvest were dashed by the relentless onslaught of the emus. The emus were relentless. They swarmed the fields, their long necks darting down to snatch up wheat. Fences proved useless against their powerful legs. They simply stepped over or through any barrier in their path. Chaos reigned. The ground shook under their collective weight. Their eerie, booming calls echoed across the land. The farmers, already struggling, faced ruin. Their patience, like the parched earth, had run out. Desperate times called for desperate measures. The farmers, faced with this feathered foe, turned to the government for help. They weren't asking for handouts, they wanted action. They wanted those emus gone. The government listened. Somewhat sympathetically, they decided to send in the big guns, literally. Soldiers armed with Lewis machine guns were dispatched to deal with the emu problem. The Great Emu War had begun. Section 4, The Great Emu War, a Comedy of Errors. This bizarre chapter in history is both hilarious and tragic, a true comedy of errors that unfolded in the Australian outback.
The soldiers arrived ready for battle. They were armed to the teeth, confident in their mission to rid the farmlands of the emu menace.
They expected a straightforward fight. After all, how hard could it be to take down a bunch of large, flightless birds?
But the emus had a different script in mind. These birds were not just any ordinary opponents, they were cunning and quick-witted.
They were masters of guerrilla warfare, highly mobile and frustratingly difficult to hit. They used the terrain to their advantage, disappearing into the bushes and reappearing unexpectedly.
Machine guns blazed, bullets flew. The soldiers fired round after round, but the emus were always one step ahead, and the emus, they just ran away. With their long, powerful legs, they sprinted across the fields, leaving the soldiers in the dust. Their powerful legs carried them away from the hail of bullets with surprising speed. It was almost as if they were mocking the soldiers with their agility. The soldiers, bewildered by the absurdity of it all, found themselves outmaneuvered by birds. They'd underestimated their feathered foes, and now they were paying the price for their hubris. Section 5, If you can't beat 'em, fence 'em out. The Great Emu War, despite its dramatic name, was a flop. The emus, it seemed, were winning. The government withdrew its soldiers, leaving the farmers to fend for themselves. But the farmers, resourceful and resilient, didn't give up. They devised a new plan, a less glamorous but far more effective one. They built fences, not flimsy fences that emus could easily bypass, but proper emu-proof barriers. Section 6, The Spirit of the Outback. The Great Emu Showdown, as it came to be known, was a hilarious footnote in Australian history. This event, which took place in the early 1930s, saw farmers and soldiers alike trying to curb the emu population that was wreaking havoc on crops. It was a testament to the unpredictable nature of life, especially in the outback. The emus, with their speed and numbers, proved to be a formidable challenge, outsmarting the humans at every turn. The emus, though a nuisance, had also revealed the indomitable spirit of the Australian farmer. These farmers, despite the odds, showed incredible resilience and determination. They had faced adversity head-on with a mixture of grit and good humor. The camaraderie among the farmers grew stronger as they worked together to protect their livelihoods. The emus might have won the battle, but the farmers, with their fences and their unyielding spirit, had secured their future. Their efforts laid the foundation for better strategies and stronger defenses, ensuring that the spirit of the outback would endure for generations to come.